Hi guys, Donna here with your weekly mini reading for January 13th to the 19th, 2025. I hope this finds you well. I have a big shout out to my friends in the West. You know, we're praying for you. We're praying that the angels help the firefighters and the elementals of the fire calm down, but those winds are really whipping and it's really tragic all the way around. My heart goes out to anyone who lost loved ones, lost their homes, are being displaced. It just seems like it's very chaotic, and you know, we're in the east and we're in the middle of a snow frigid, you know, kind of like tundra where we're having 0-degree weather. So you have all these extremes. You have the wind and the fire out in California. Then in the south, you have the ice storms and the snow. Everything is just so topsy-turvy right now. And today is the full moon. So my understanding too is that there are planets lining up. So we're just in unprecedented times. We're living through history. And if we can just take a moment, place our hands on our heart and just pray that whoever is impacted by any of these natural disasters, the cold, the heat, all of it, that they are able to find the resources they need, that people step up when something like this happens. I always like to say that people step up into their godliness. Yes, there'll be some who try to take advantage, but for the most part, everybody's trying to help everybody else. So, you know, I just pray that whatever is going to happen is very minimal in any more damage, and that people are coming together and really helping each other. So maybe it is the city of angels. So there are angels there. It's just from what we see on the news and what we observe from afar, there really is nothing that we can do other than pray and ask Saint Michael and his angels to be with all of them and their guardian angels. It's very, very scary. I was in Washington State in 2020 when they had the fires in Washington State, and it really does look like the end of the world. People running for their lives because the fire takes over and there's nothing you can do, and it has hazardous air quality. It's more than just, you know, losing your houses to the fire. It's the atmosphere. It's just all the chemicals they put on it to douse the fire. It's just all of the things together. And so, you know, we just hope and pray here. I hope and pray that everyone who's impacted by this will be, like I said, safe, and that I pray for the children who don't understand why their home isn't there anymore, and the parents who are just trying to stay strong and be calm, because I think that's part of it, trying to be calm and explain to the kids, but then being displaced and not knowing where you're going to go is just unimaginable, actually. Okay, so take a deep breath here. I'm going to ask Saint Michael, Raphael, Uriel, and Gabriel to come in. Let me remind you of last week. It's last week's reading. I was ill prepared here. Sorry about that. We had balance, romance, and surrender and release from the Healing with the Angel deck by Doreen Virtue. We had pray from the heart from Saint Michael, which is pretty apropos, right? Pray from the heart. And then we had savings from the abundance angels. Our affirmation, we had 2. Every moment has led to this. I'm exactly where I am meant to be. And my life is just beginning, and I am ready to receive all the great things that are coming. So right now, it may not seem like there are a lot of great things coming, but Sometimes we're in a 9-year, so sometimes things have to end to have a new beginning. And while, you know, everybody has lost, you know, family members in this fire, in the cold, it's hard to fathom, and it's hard to assimilate. You know, it's hard to say that this is for the highest and good of all concerned, because when you're here and you're watching it and there's nothing you can do, it's really hard to stay in that space. So, you know, I don't know that I have any encouraging words there for you, other than to say that there always is a purpose and a plan. We may not see what it is, but I feel like it's endings to new beginnings. And out of this, it will make people stronger. I just pray that it doesn't become political, because people need help. The people in North Carolina still need help from the hurricane. People in Florida from the hurricane. You know, we've had all these natural disasters, and they can blame it on whatever they want to, climate change, whatever it is, doesn't matter, because it's impacting us now, right? It doesn't matter what the reason is or the cause. The fact is, this is the here and now moment, and we have to step up and do whatever we can. Okay, and let me see what else they are sending me. St. Michael, as I'm... Okay. Here we go. Alrighty then. The first one is enchantment. Interesting. Next is meditation. And then finally we have self-acceptance. So we're going to start with the first card, which is enchantment. And seeing the world in an enchanted way is kind of hard right now, because all we're seeing is the people having the emotion of losing their homes and having the fires and things being, sometimes fire is purifying, but still you don't want people to lose their lives or their livelihood or their home or their family. So it's really hard, but if we can rise up into the God mind and see the world still as an enchanted place. Here we have a lot of snow on the ground, and last week we had 9 or 10 inches where I am, and I was helping my friend shovel the driveway because the snow blower didn't work. And you know, I was pretty proud of myself because I was able to get out there and do that, and it felt pretty easy actually, although in my mind I was asking my angels to help me, so they really must have been those snow angels helping me. But it looks enchanted when the sun hits it and it glitters. It looks like, you know, diamonds glittering on top of the snow. It really is quite beautiful, and before it gets messy, it is very white and pure, right? Everything is being purified. Purified comes to mind. So enchantment is all about purity, about innocence, about being able to, no matter what's going on around you, to still see the enchantment around. Then we have meditation. So since we're looking for enchantment and we may not see it in our outside world, we're able to see it within our meditation, right? It can be as simple as closing your eyes and visualizing a beautiful place so that you can surrender and release your need to control whatever is going on around you, to be able to relax, to go inside, to find that peace inside yourself, so that you don't have to, so that you're not worried so much, right? There are certain things we can control and certain things we can't, and we have to let it go. And that's really hard. It's really hard, especially now when so many people are impacted. And if you're an empath, you're not only picking up on your own sense of fear or what's going on, because you too may have experienced this in your past in some way, but it's about staying in the moment and realizing that you can breathe through it. Allow yourself to breathe through it. Give yourself permission to feel. the sadness of the collective, but then realize it may not necessarily belong to you. Somehow we have to learn to detach from that and just send the energy and send the healing, and see that in our mind's eye that no matter what is happening, it really is going to be okay in some way. It's going to be okay, and something good will come out of this. You know, I'm being shown the phoenix rising. The phoenix will rise again. It will. So in meditation, adding meditation this week is going to be pretty important. It's going to be about listening to soft music. It's going to be about allowing yourself at least 5 minutes, maybe 10, to just kind of sit with your breath and relax and let go, right? And then the last card is self-acceptance. The self-acceptance card is being too hard on yourself. So through the meditation, you can allow yourself to not be so hard on yourself. Your woulda, shoulda, coulda. Could you have done more? Could I do this? Should I do that? What is, and it's all very scattered energy. So we want to be gentle with ourselves. We want to really take care of us. We want to eat right. We want to drink the water. We want to get hydrated. We want to be someplace, if we can, where we're out of the cold, especially if you're in Indiana. It's going to get frigid in the next week and for the next couple of weeks. So we want to make sure that everybody is okay, that you're really taking care of you, that you're, it's not selfish to do so. Okay. Yes, there's a lot of things going on out there, but this is about the right here and now. It's about you making sure that you're taking care of you so that you're able to take care of others, right? So through not being so hard on yourself, you're able to meditate more, and you're able to give yourself that chance of seeing the world in a more enchanted way. It's tricky. I'm not gonna lie, it's tricky, you know, for all of us. Honestly, my little bit of enchantment was driving home. I saw the full moon, and it was so beautiful. Luna is so beautiful. And I just had to say, you know, I had to take a breath, and she's beautiful out there in that blue sky. You know, that's enchantment. Seeing the snow outside around us, that's enchantment. Trying to stay away from the ice. I don't want to slip, but to see the world in a more enchanted way, and giving ourselves permission to not get caught up in other people, right? Give ourselves permission to have that self-care. Now, St. Michael is saying you are protected. This is a great card for this week. You're safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. So this is going to be all about, this week is all about asking St. Michael to put a bubble of protection, not only around you, but around LA, around the fires, because those fires have elementals in them, and we want to calm the elementals, because we have the elementals of the fire, but really what's driving this is the wind that's coming in. The Santa Ana winds are coming. So even though the fire is there, it's getting stirred up by the wind. So we want to ask St. Michael if there's a way for us to diminish that wind, like we do in hurricanes, right? Trying to visualize the winds just really slowing down, you know, giving the firefighters a shot at getting it contained. You know, allowing us to visualize the winds dying down. There is no wind. Just bringing the calmness to that area. You know, you can visualize. I visualize, you know, my angels taking buckets of divine white light and pouring it over the fires. Trying to use the energy to dissipate all of the frenzy and all of the fear and all of the stuff that's going on, because the fire is jumping, because the fire is being pushed to do things, right? Maybe it doesn't want to, maybe it just wants to burn right here, but because the winds come, it pushes it. So if we can just take a minute to just visualize ourselves being that barrier for the wind, maybe a big barrier that pushes the wind back the other way. You know, maybe visualize having angels with fans pushing the wind against itself to keep it away from spreading the fires. That might be something we can do. Whatever you need to do in order to use this bubble of light, just know that you're safe, and the ones that you put in that bubble of light are safe too. Okay, see what our abundance angels have for us this week. What do we have? Abundance angels. Okay. Partnership. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You're receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Okay, so this goes hand in hand with it too. It's all about partnerships, right? Who are you going to align with? Who are you going to donate to for the cause of whatever speaks to you? You know, if you're going to donate potentially money, or maybe it's just sending clothes to people, whatever it is, whatever you can do here will help the partnership. What can you partnership? Where can you find those healthful, supportive partnerships that you're going to bring into your life, right? Look for that this week. Look for the partnership this week. You know, because when you align with people who are aligned with how you feel, that's healthful, right? That's a healthy partnership, because we don't want to be out of balance. We want the balance to be there. Maybe you run into somebody that gives you a great idea and you start to percolate that, and it becomes something more than just a friendship. Maybe you're going to go into business with someone. Maybe you're going to meet someone and they're going to end up giving you in your personal life, be a great partner for you. They're going to accept you for who you are, and then they're going to allow you to just be, right? Not trying to change you, but just be. So watch for those healthful, supportive partnerships that's going to show up this week, because when they do, you're going to feel a little more protected, because they're going to help you. They're going to align with you and be on your team, so to speak. You're going to be able to not be so hard on yourself, and they may be helping you with self-care. They're going to help you meditate, and they're going to help you see the world in a more enchanted way. It's not that they're going to negate your feelings of how you feel, but they're going to give you some support. They're going to be able to help you feel empowered, right? Because what do we talk about? We talk about how if we can empower ourselves, we empower others, right? Okay. What I choose to believe manifests into my reality is our affirmation this week. What I choose to believe manifests into my reality. There you go. So maybe you want to use this affirmation. What I choose to believe manifests into my reality. So if you choose to believe that you're going to meet someone who's going to be a great partner for you, or you're going to start a meditation practice, or you're going to decide that you're going to do one thing each day to make yourself feel like it's there's enchantment all around you. Like I said, mine was the moon. The full moon is just gorgeous, and if I get a chance, I want to go out and take a picture. But it's awfully cold outside, as you can tell by my gear I have on. So again, what I choose to believe manifests into my reality. Okay, use these ideas. Maybe they'll spark new ideas in you, so that you can come up with maybe new meditations. You know, when something like this happens out there, I start to percolate in my mind, okay, well, what could I do energetically to see myself there doing something, right? Especially if you feel like you want to help in some way, because we're empathetic. Of course we want to help our fellow man. Of course it's distressing to see this, because it's personal. You know, some of us may have had uh, incidences where a house is burned down, or we had friends who had that happen, or we had friends who didn't have any heat in their house because it was cold. You know, we've had all of these struggles because we're human, and that's what happens. But when these things come, like I said before, I truly believe that we rise into our godliness. We come up with innovative ideas on how to help people. And maybe that's what your job is this week. Just sitting in meditation and seeing what comes. And allow yourself the time, the space, and the permission to do that. So I hope you like this mini reading. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, you know the drill. When you like my channel, it puts it out in the algorithm, I'm told. So if you can like my video, I'd appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a great week. I will be here next Monday, God willing. And don't forget, you're always on my Reiki Radar. See you then. This is Donna.